Wado, OCO, Gwed Dawadowa. Hello, everybody. I'm Betty, and I'm speaking to you today from Wagner, Oklahoma, on lands once governed and inhabited by early Mississippians, or the Mound Dwellers, who were in turn succeeded by Caddos and Wichitas, and followed by Osages, who came in to hunt, and finally, by government decree, the Creeks. So I'm a Cherokee hiding with the Creeks. Now, I coined the term Plimoth paradigm in my volume entitled Bradford's Indian Book to make the point that had the example set by Plymouth in its first 50 years been allowed to continue, relations between America's indigenous people and the European immigrants would likely have been very different. There would certainly be larger numbers of native populations than those we have today. To be clear, however, early relations between the Wampanoags and the English were uncertain. The Plymothians knew from the outset that they were settling into what was obviously someone else's town site, and they were unsure about what the native reaction to their presence would eventually be. It's safe to say that they lived in a state of apprehension until a meeting with Osamokan, the Massasoit, was arranged by Samazet. When the March meeting with Osamokan and his fellow tribesmen took place, something very important occurred. A ritual or a kind of ceremony materialized. The Wampanoags had arrived ritually attired with animal skins and paint. The English had arranged seating on the ground. They had spread out a great green rug with 3 or 4 pillows. Drums and trumpets were sounded. Food and drink were served. And then they treated of peace. This peace was maintained for 50 years. Basically, they liked each other. The Plymothians put their trust in men like Tisquantum, Hobbamock, and even one of Hobbamock's wives. More important, Bradford's history has more than one phrase, the Indians said, and it was obvious that the Pilgrims were listening. It should be pointed out that during these first years, natives and English lived together inside the town. The biggest myth, I suppose, we have is that the English were inside the stockade and the Indians were out. No, it wasn't like that. They lived together. They gossiped, they argued, they sued each other in court, and often the Indians won their cases. They behaved as a community, and they were. Despite the fact that the peace did not last, some things did transpire at that meeting that changed the course of American culture. By the land acknowledgement and the exchange of words taking place at that first meeting, American literature was given form, and descendants of those first people were left with an example to get back to. Yes, there is a city on the hill, but it hasn't been built yet. The Massasoit and Bradford succeeded in accomplishing far more than they knew. They pointed the way to what's possible, and we are grateful. Thank you.